Hi everyone, I wanted to show you how to cool down your tamales once you take them out of the pot. So what I usually do is I cool them down on trays, and these are going to my friends for Christmas. I think tamales make a great Christmas gift. So I'd say about 30 years ago when I started my business, I specialize in tamales because I loved my mother's tamales so much and I wanted to share them. So there are a couple things you might want to keep in mind. Right now they're cooling down. When I wrap them, I don't like to wrap them while they're hot because they'll mush and they're still soft. And my masa is not a firm masa. My masa is not a coarse masa. My masa is a fine masa, and that's how I make my tamales. Some people use the corn masa and the grainy masa, and that's what. And because there's so much fat in there, and we're in the cooler season, so I have my windows open. That's what I used to do. Keep my windows open, let it cool down. Or if you have a large refrigerated space, you can stick them in the refrigerator right away or the freezer to cool them down. Or if you want to deliver them warm, which sometimes I often do, you insulate them. And I never really had a problem with them getting toxin unless you're in a hot environment. If the environment's really hot, then by all means follow the regulations. I would be very careful so that you don't get into that in between that stage of the temperatures, and you want to keep your out of that zone where people can get sick. And I've never really had an issue of people becoming ill unless they couldn't eat peppers, but make sure your food is quality food. Make sure your food that you don't want to leave your tamales out on the counter like for days. My mother would leave the windows open and she'd leave the tamales, and but we ate them. We never got sick, but still you don't want to take that chance. So you want to cool them down, put them in the refrigerator, immediately wrap them, put them in the refrigerator, or if you want to transport them warm at that temperature, then I would do trays of it and put it in your warmer. I don't do that anymore, so I would take the trays of tamales and put them in the warmer. If you want to reheat them, I have some videos where it shows that you can reheat them. Some people want to have their tamales already cooked, cooled down, so they could just stick it in the refrigerator or the freezer, and then they can have them later on for Christmas. And that's basically what some folks do. Or it's just like you were to go get them at the refrigerator at the store, but they're not the same. So you can make your tamales, or you can make them as gifts, and then you can deliver them. But I'm just kind of giving you some ideas of how to deliver them. It's nice and cold. I love it when it's cold, and because I guess that's why I like making them, because it's cold and it's easier, and I don't have to deal with all that. There's sometimes if you're in the north, that's even better, because all you have to do is open up your windows and or you can have them, and you want to have them in an environment. Anyways, I'm rambling, but I just basically wanted to share with you how to cool them down, wrap them up. And I usually use I'll use a tin foil if they're going to be wrapped warm. I'll use a tin foil, or I'll use a waxy paper, whatever. These are the sandwich wraps, wax paper, dry wax paper. And then you could you can lay them out on trays like I said, and then take them to your friends. Sometimes I even put bows on them and ribbons and bows. It's kind of fun. Tamales are a nice gift to give away for the holidays. Who doesn't like tamales? I mean, what the heck? I like tamales bread. I like all the carbs that Christmas brings. Yeah, and that's why we go in January and start working. Anyways, okay, so happy holidays. I hope you enjoyed the videos that I did with some quick ideas and how to make tamales, a little bit of baking. I may be posting some, I don't know. Just tired of making tamales. And they're, you know, I have friends who have requested them. It just blesses my heart, and I thank you for asking me to make you some tamales for the holidays. And it just makes me feel good, because I'm not only sharing my recipe, I'm sharing my grandmother's recipe, or maybe my great-grandfather's and grandparents' recipe, which has been passed down throughout so many generations. Okay, so happy holidays. All right, bye.